What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kay, the chosen Empress. All right, so I wanted to come through because I told you guys today. Well, if you're a part of my collective, then I told you that I would definitely be doing more so of the motivational talks on this page. I still do tarot from time to time, especially when I get on my sub only lives. But I kind of gave you guys a gist of, or a little bit of insight of, like some of the dreams I've been having as of lately. Um, where like in my dreams I would be giving like talks to people. Like it'll be like young girls, mostly like females around my age group, and I would be talking to them or they'd be coming to me for advice, which is something that's been happening to me all my life, right? I've always been one of them people that people come to, just especially me being as gifted as I am too, and just merely being an empath. You get to have those experiences where people just want to come and if people just want to come up to you, start talking, wilding out, talking about any and everything known to man. You don't even know this person from a can of paint. You just going to get some groceries at the grocery store, shit like that, right? So I've been having like those type of dreams where like people are just coming to me randomly and I'm giving them advice. I'm helping them. I'm assisting them, right? And so I was kind of just tripping off those dreams, like, damn, like, because I've been telling my collective for a minute, like, I just don't feel called to the tarot anymore. I've always let y'all know that I feel like the tarot was just a stepping stone for me to realize my gifts, understand what my gifts were, because until I started doing tarot, I've always just been more of a prophetic dreamer, just kind of like having that gift, right? Very strong intuition, empath, all of that. But they've been elevating since I've been doing the tarot, which is cool. But for a while now, like I've been telling y'all, I just kind of feel pulled to do something else, but I wasn't quite sure what. That I know that the tarot was just a stepping stone for me to really put myself out there, right? To assist people, yes, cool, but I haven't been feel really called to do tarot. That's why I've been gone for so much, because it's like I'm really just trying to put shit together in my mind. Like, damn, like how can I really make use of this platform? I'm talking about really, like, tarot is cool, but I'm so much more than just this. This is why I keep my hands in so many different things. I'm more than just this, right? But I couldn't quite figure out what that was. So then I'm getting these dreams, and I've had multiple of them where I'm talking, and it's mainly women, black women. I'm talking to young girls, right? And they listen. I'm like, okay, like this is happening in my dreams. Like motherfuckers really listening to what I got to say. Which I know they do anyway, but it's just kind of shocking, like people crying to me, like because I'm helping them that much. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I could do something with that. Now, it's gonna sound crazy because I've been using my voice for over 3 years now, doing the tarot or whatever. And that's been cool, but I'm like motivational talk, and I've been pulling cards on this, talking to my spirit team about it, and they like, yeah, bitch, like this is what I'm meant to use my voice, but in what way? And I know tarot is not just the end all be all for me when it comes to using my voice. It's so much more I could say and have to say. So with that being said, right? This is going to be the flow of this page from now on. Like I said, here and there I still pull cards just because I like pulling cards in general. It's just fun to me. But I mainly want this page to be about motivational talks every day. And I'm still trying to get, I'm still planning shit out. I'm still coming up with a whole like theme and all of that. But I did make a promise to myself today that I would start. Okay, so this is just like my announcement video. Okay, this is just a video just to explain what this will be about, how it'll go. Like I said, my sub only lives, that's just to really keep the energy down in my shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot of crummy people that watch me, a lot of people that throw a lot of sabotage and evil eye at my shit. So I just want to keep it cute, right? That'll be one way of how you can pay for a monthly subscription, right? And then from there, we build our community. We talk about all of these different things. It'll just be us. It'll be more intimate. It'll be more detailed. It'll be more sanctified, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And then that way, I can also. It's not about you having to, because I won't do any. I mean, I might the sessions that I would do with individuals would merely just be those people that really just need someone to talk to. I'm not charging. The charge would be the subscription, right? I'm not charging nobody to talk, because I've noticed like anytime after I do a reading and I send my client a reading over, they come straight back to me. I don't even have to ask for reviews. They come straight back, and some of them really be wanting to talk. They just be, because I'm the reading could be that thorough, like, let me just tell you about this, girl. Let me tell you about that. And it's like, I can't really do that. But sometimes I will be a listening ear. So I figured, like, yeah, I'm cold with the tarot. I'm cold at what I do. But it's like, I could also use people feel safe with me. They feel safe to express certain things. They feel safe and comfortable to talk. I'm a very understanding woman. I get it. I've been through a lot of shit. So I'm like, why not just use that, because I get that a lot, and not use, just use my platform for that mainly. Okay, I hope this is making sense. So with all that being said, okay, I am going to tell y'all a little bit about just my story. Today's topic is going to be getting over abusive relationships, or how to leave them motherfuckers, right? So, and if you don't like a motherfucker cursing, get the fuck on, please. Get the fuck on, okay, whatever, all right? But we gonna talk about it. So, a lot of my abuse started at the home, which is how a lot of us start out. Okay, a lot of our trauma comes from the childhood, right? So it started from my dad. Both of my parents were very distant, like emotionally and things of that nature. Like growing up, my mom didn't even have pictures, like family portraits around the house, shit like that. My dad was just very controlling, very narcissistic, very abusive. One of those black men that love to turn Muslim as some sort of cover up. Or it's not even a cover up. I think a lot of black men go Muslim because it could really give them the authority to be the pieces of shit that they really are. But that's a whole nother conversation. But my dad was one of those, like, he got our last names changed when we were like 5 years old. My maiden last name is Walker. He changed it to Muhammad. I don't know if that was supposed to if I was gonna want to be a Muslim after that or something, but that didn't work. But anyhow, just different ways that this person showed me very early that men were pieces of shit, yes. But growing up as a young girl, as a young adult, and as a grown woman, you realize that you are actually clinging to that ideal of a man in your mind, and you feel like that's what I'm supposed to go after, right? We all been there. So from the physical, verbal, I think the verbal abuse, because even though the physical from my dad was harsh, it was some bullshit, because a lot of the times, most of the time, we got whoopings, or I call them beatings, okay? Because the bruises he would leave on us, baby, please, over stupid shit, y'all, stupid shit. But that's neither here nor there. That didn't hurt me though. That didn't bother me. You know what bothered me? The shit my dad used to say. I think verbal abuse is gonna always be one of my main things that really, because I'm a very sensitive person, okay? I'm very, very sensitive. My feelings they don't get hurt easily, especially not anymore. But if it's coming from somebody that I deem as somebody I put on a pedestal, or I deem as somebody worthwhile in my life, or somebody that I'm close to, like a sibling, a mom, a dad, shit like that, then yeah, that shit hurts, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was the main thing that cut me down the most. It's not, this is one of them things where people talk about spanking kids and whooping kids. First of all, it's the difference between disciplining a child and beating a child, right? You don't get physical with a child unless it's extremely necessary, number one. Number two, my dad did that shit a lot out of anger. You can tell he was just angry, and it wasn't necessarily with us. It just could have been his trauma, right? But yeah, we think of getting physical with a child as it's automatically abuse. Because anytime I got a whooping, like, from my mom, I didn't trip off that shit. Because it's like, more than, like, from my mom, I probably deserved it. Because she didn't whip us. But my dad, it's like, this nigga just want to beat on something, right? So it's definitely a difference, you know, whooping a child out of anger versus you whooping your child, or, you know, spanking your child, disciplining your child. And you've talked to them first. See, me, I'm a talker. I'm going to make sure I let you know what's going on first before I just dive in that ass, right? But that's how I know the difference between abuse and just being disciplined, right? So I say all that to say, whenever my dad got physical, that fucked me up. But when he would say the things he would say, you know, it really would really bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one time I just was not happy being, because we had to travel down to South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, every summer, right? And it was one specific summer I just wasn't happy. And one thing about Khadijah, I'm not going to hide how I feel. I can't. I'm not good at lying. I'm not good at hiding my emotions. If I feel some type of way, I'm going to speak on it. I have to say it. I can't hold it back, right? So it was very obvious I was feeling some type of way. He like, why you sitting there like a lump on the log? I'm like, the fuck? Like, I don't want to be here, nigga. You know I don't like you. We didn't like our dad. We didn't. Like, he swore me down it was because of our mama. No, nigga, it's because of you. You feel me? So anyway, you sitting there like a lump on the log. And I'm like, nigga, what? Like, you know I don't want to be here. So he takes me in the other room. He lifts me up against the wall, like on some sliding on the wall type shit. Lifts me up talking about something. He was gonna beat me so bad that the flesh on my back was gonna show. Like, who says that to first of all, who says that to a child in general? Number two, who says that to their daughter? Number three, who getting mad like that? Nigga, are you that sensitive that I don't want to be around you and you wonder why I don't fuck with you? You wonder why nobody wants to be around you. Look at how sensitive and power driven you are just off the strength, nigga, that I don't want to be around you. And this is why. All because I'm just sitting here at the table and I don't have shit to say. Stupid shit. Needless to say, I attracted a lot of those same type of guys. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I've attracted some guys. I can actually name them. Now that I think about it, like, not name them, but maybe 3, 4, like, abusive guys in my life. But I've, like, a lot of men I ran into were good, you know, but I've the ones that I wanted, that I decided, okay, how about this? The ones that I decided to bear children with, that spoke a lot about my trauma. Because out of the good guys that I had on my team, I'm choosing to go towards the ones that physically abused me, verbally abused me. Y'all get where I'm going with this, right? So we have to always start at the root, right? So, but one thing about Khadijah, I've always been very self-aware. I've always known that up until a certain point that I had daddy issues. Me and him actually decided to have a few different conversations. By this time, I'm a mom. And I can, you know, talk more to this motherfucker about the shit that he's done. But typical Virgo fashion, Virgos don't really like to hold or be held accountable. You know, as critical as they can be, they don't really want to hear that they are fucked up people. And I hate to bring astrology into it, but I've been into it since I was like 7 years old. I'm going to bring astrology into everything, right? So that's my dad's sign. He's a Virgo. They don't really want to be held accountable for shit. So, of course, he denied. He acted like he didn't even remember the type of shit I was talking about. Of course, he tried to blame my mom for us not liking us, and I told him straight to his face, like, nigga, you did this. This has nothing to do with my mom. This has everything to do with you. We didn't like you because of you, and he knew that. He knew that. But anyhow, you know, my first child's father was like 30 years older than me, y'all. You heard it here first. Okay, I was 18? He was like 46. Yeah. And my dad, I know he heard about it because his mom was helping me out with certain shit here and there. Because my daughter, Aila, she was born 23 weeks. So she was born extremely early, 6 months early to be exact. Was it 6 months? Yeah, she was born like 6 months earlier. I was 6 months when I had her. She was born 3 months early. Excuse me, I'm tripping. But yeah, she was born at 23 weeks. And so, of course, people talk, his mom was helping me. So, of course, he told my dad, like, oh, yeah, her baby daddy this old, da 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 da. And I remember my dad tried to, like, say he wanted to talk to me about it. But it's like, what you gonna say? How can you talk to me about some shit? You weren't there. You were not a decent father figure at all. So the only time you really even came around was when you wanted to prove a point to my mom about some bullshit, or you wanted to have some sort of control about something. Y'all know this man used to call the school to make sure that we didn't stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, fuck that shit anyway. I didn't like singing that shit anyway. But it's just the principle. Like, didn't want to get us school supplies, but wanted to call the school to make sure we was getting good grades. I mean, y'all. So he like acting like he wanted to talk to us or talk to me about the fact that my baby daddy was so much older than me, yada yada yada. But nigga, where you think it come from? Why do you think that I would be so attracted? Nigga, and at the time I knew this what it was, but it's like consciously I probably wasn't saying it or speaking it, but I knew it. It's like somewhere down the line, I need my dad. I want my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't be fucking no man this damn older than me. Like, it just didn't make sense. Now, of course, yeah, legally I'm grown and all of that, but I'm still trying to find my way. And that man was pretty much taking advantage of me on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, he was extremely abusive. He was really taking advantage of the fact that I think my condition, yes. And just on top of that, my condition, I mean, just by me being pregnant, I think that he, it just be random times where I'm getting choked up in the bathroom, all because I want to use the bathroom first. And pregnant as hell, y'all, belly poking out, all type of shit. It was just a lot of disrespectful shit that I was going through and I was taking at the time. But of course, I got out of that energy. But I was still trying to keep the situation alive by, wanting my daughter to be around him. But he didn't even want to be enthralled with my daughter at all. He didn't want any involvement with her. He didn't want any involvement with her. Name is on the birth certificate. He wanted to try to say that, he wanted to try to say that she wasn't his, but in the same breath, he would say that he wanted me to have like a son for him and shit like that. By this time, I'm so over this motherfucker, Got my own car, I'm making shit happen, working, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really cool, you know what I mean? But that ended because one day, after I took my daughter to see him, he called himself texting my phone like, hey, if you're not going to have a son for me, I don't want to deal with you or her. So that was that. Got the fuck on. Now to my last child's father or children's father. I have 2 children with this person. This motherfucker, it was very tumultuous, very, 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 very tumultuous. I'm sure if you're part of my collective, you've heard me talk about it many different times, okay? But this person, now somebody was also doing separation magic on us as well. So that had a hand too in it, like with all the tumultuous shit. But I'm not even gonna go into real detail because the main message that I have for everyone here is how to break yourself up out of shit like that, right? So, how a lot of us females do, we getting tired of the bullshit, we getting tired of this, we getting tired of that. And my situation with my child's father, once I realized that he was already a piece of shit, I broke off the little whole, let's be together, all of that. So he couldn't live with me anymore. The nigga could barely spend a night unless I needed help with the kids, that type of shit. But I skated on my other 2 baby daddies. The first one, yes, I ain't tell y'all about the second one because he don't matter. On the third one, so I was really trying to just make it work. But once I started to see that he, as disrespectful as he was to me, he used to do so much backdoor shit to me, y'all. It was sick. Always trying to fuck with somebody I knew. Always trying to fuck with somebody he knew I had a problem with. Just doing the most, you know what I'm saying? Confirmation. But anyway, it's always doing the most, but I will react. My reactions was giving him life, right? So I would react doing some of them. I'm not even going to tell y'all because y'all going to look at me different. But I just used to react very, very, in my book, I'm going to always say it was justifiable, but was it really? Because was I really justified in doing the shit that I did because he kept doing it? And as women, we think that we can rock the same way as men, right? We think that we can do the same shit that men do and it's gonna go our way, and it won't. Men, they operate so much different from us. This is why people think their men are more logical. Men swear they're more logical, but when they're really not, they just peep game and they're a little bit more patient than women are, right? So we think that, oh, if a man cheat, we can cheat back. We think that if a guy is doing us dirty, we can do him dirty here. Oh, I'm just gonna bust his windows out. I'm just gonna throw shitty diapers on his mama porch. We just don't do the most. And what you're really doing is fueling the fire in him, because he's treating you like shit, number one, because he can't stand you. No man, and while I was pregnant, I went through a lot of abuse. My entire pregnancy with my third daughter, Raina. A lot of abuse. A lot of fucking abuse. Any man that, number one, can treat you like that while you're pregnant, don't give a fuck about you. You know that, okay? So I really thought that I could. I don't know what I thought. Just like a lot of women that do this shit, I don't know what the fuck I thought. I don't know if I thought that I was gonna be able to stop him from doing what he was doing. I don't know if I was gonna be able to just knock sense into his head and not me physically putting my hands on him, which I did a couple times. But this was at the beginning. I hit that man 2 times. And I'm talking about, I'm stronger than I look. I hit kind of hard. Busted his shit all up. And after that, I'm like, I can't do that shit no more. I'm like, this man could knock me out. And I think that's around the time where this motherfucker, some bitch he was fucking with or something like that, would start putting like magic on this, because he was getting abusive. He was getting extremely abusive. Like, just me, I would just be walking away from him yelling and screaming, and he would follow me to put his arm around my neck or to choke me out or to do some extra shit, you know. Because I don't even play with, I don't even argue with men anymore. That's how much I don't play about, you know what I'm saying? Getting all antsy with a man or getting all thugged out with a guy. It ain't even worth it, because that man can knock you the fuck out. So I learned my lesson, right? And not saying I learned my lesson because the 2 times I put my hands on him, that was bullshit, honestly. But when he started to do it, like, bro, I'm pregnant, you must be fat. I'm talking about flat stomach to the big stomach. That entire pregnancy, it's like this nigga was getting a kick out of doing this shit to me or something. I don't fucking know. But nevertheless, once I had my child, it kind of, it didn't get worse, but it got bad, one situation. So, but yeah, we as women, we think that we can do this. We think we can do that. We think we can, you know, and it don't work like that. You have to leave. Okay, so we get into the nitty gritty. I just had to give y'all a little gist of a little bit of what I've been through, so I can not tell y'all, but give you a little insight on a mindset that you need to have when it comes to what you're dealing with. This is how I really got over my situation and was able to leave and stay gone. So I had a conversation with a so-called sister of mine, right? And she said, Khadijah, why won't you just leave, right? Why won't you just get the fuck on and bye? And I said, well, I haven't learned my lesson yet. One thing about me, I've always been very accountable and a very responsible woman. So it's like I knew it. I knew I could feel it in my spirit and my soul. I said, it's not time yet. For whatever reason, I know that sounds crazy, but it's just like it's not time. That's why I say I'm very self-aware. So it's like I knew that I wasn't ready to leave just yet. Had I left, and not even left, I mean just ghosted him, because we weren't together. He couldn't live with me. We weren't staying together. No shit like that. But what I mean by it's just me skating on him like I did the other 2 and getting the fuck on, just completely going ghost, right? Because men like that, I know you're not gonna take me to court, because like I said, men like that, they don't care about the kids. They want access to you. And whatever way they want access, whether that's to break your heart, whether that's to run you through the mud, whether that's to have that open door to always have some sex with you, whatever the case may be. Men like that don't want they care less about a child. So I knew this nigga wasn't gonna take me to court, or these other 2. But, you know, so long story short, y'all. Okay, so long story short, I ended up getting. Let me see, where was I at? I ended up getting. So yeah, I'm talking to my sister and I'm letting her know, like, hey, I'm not. I ain't learned my lesson yet. The lesson has not been learned. Um, I'll probably just end up coming back, and it's just gonna be, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, I have to really. I have to be willing to go, because when I go, I don't want to come back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. I remember having this, like I said, I had this conversation with her, and then I got off the phone and I just had time to think. And I remember at one point in my life, I didn't think I deserved to be happy. I didn't think I deserved love. I didn't think I deserved a whole lot of shit. But then when I went through all of this shit, and then I'm recollecting on the other situations that I've been through, other abusive situations I've had, other abusive relationships that I've been in. I'm over here like, well, maybe I don't think I deserve this, but I know damn well I don't deserve this. Okay? I know for a fact I don't deserve to get beat on while my kids are watching. I don't deserve to be getting choked up while I'm pregnant. I don't deserve for a motherfucker to keep disrespecting me with a bunch of different women, trying to piss me off and just trying to get reaction. I don't deserve to go through this type of hell when I'm nothing but a good woman. I do what I'm supposed to do for me and mine. Okay, I'm not with you anymore, so nigga, I don't know what to tell you. But for the sake of the children, I would like for this to be as platonic and cordial as possible. But you keep trying me, sir. You keep trying me. And I'm not about to keep giving you this energy, because at one point I had to ask him, I said, I really think that you need my reactions. My reactions feed your insecurities in some way. Like, I don't think you've even have ever like gotten this type of attention from a woman in your life before. So I think that you need my energy. Is what we like to call in the spiritual community an energy vampire. Like, you need my energy. You need that attention from me. You need this, right? And so, yeah, I'm just like, this ain't it. Like, if I don't deserve to be happy and I know I don't deserve this, what do I deserve? I deserve to be happy. So, needless to say, I got the fuck on. I don't even know what else to really say about that. But this is all in all the gist, right? As a woman, you have to, first off, know yourself, right? So self-awareness is always going to be key. They say that self-preservation is the first law to nature. The first rule of nature is self-preservation. If you don't preserve yourself, how the fuck can you preserve the children around you that you're raising? How can you preserve your community? How can you even have the energy to give to a relationship, to a baby daddy, to your baby mama, to your whatever, you know what I'm saying, to your business, to your craft, whatever the case may be? How can we do that if you're not preserving yourself? So once I realized that I wasn't preserving myself, I also realized that I didn't love myself. There's no way that I could love myself and deal with some shit like this. Absolutely not. So it's all like everything hit me at once. It's like it all hit me at once. I knew I wasn't preserving myself. I knew I wasn't treating myself fairly. I know I got my kids watching this shit. Fuck to the non. I have to do something about this. And when you're dealing with men as a woman, and I've spoken about this on lives, you have to know what you're dealing with. You have to understand men. This is definitely for my ladies, because you have to understand men. The way that they operate, they're biologically built differently than us, and women, we're built differently than them, right? Because I hate to even make it like this, man, woman, blah, 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 but that's just the reality of it. Women we are the key, we are the holders, we are the, and they say what you bring it to the table, we are the table, literally. So if we not being treated right, the only way that we can fix the situation is by fixing ourselves first. Stop going into these situations with these males thinking that you can change them or fix them in any sort of way, shape, form, or fashion. If you yourself, see, when you're fixed, there's no way you even dealing with bullshit from no guy. And if you start to sense the bullshit coming from a guy, you know how to react to it. You know what to do with that. You really get the fuck on. You don't play tit for tat. You don't do the back and forth. You don't do none of that. Especially when you have children. And even if you don't have children, you have to know your worth as a woman. You got to really know your value. The divine feminine energy is what I feel like that's what we all are working to accomplish, working to establish in our lives, is that divine femininity, right? Having the resources, right? Having the vitality, the self-appreciation, the self-love, the self-awareness, having the having every tool. The divine feminine, naturally, we have each and every tool to make our lives anything we want to be. So when we are dealing with guys, when we are dealing with males, it's a sense of, we feel like, a lot of us feel like we have to lower ourselves to be with a guy. We feel like we have to fit some sort of square in order to be with a guy or to allow the situation to last, right? Which is definitely not the case. We are the key. They need us. We don't need them. And once you really start to realize your worth as a woman, realize your worth first, right? As an individual. But when you have that sense of awareness as a woman in general, it's so much easier for you to take a step back, not get so easily angered and triggered. Because I tell you, the shit that I used to do, how I used to react on some shit, when this motherfucker would do some of the shit he would do to me, I mean, I look back on it now, I wasted so much energy doing that. This motherfucker, y'all, I'm gonna tell you now, this motherfucker knew I was gone before I had physically left, because I didn't scream, I didn't curse, I didn't holler, I didn't break a window, I didn't throw his game system out because I already bleached it. But I didn't do no extra shit. I smiled at him and I said, okay. Because when you realize that a person does not give a fuck about you, okay? When you really realize that a person could care less about you, especially if you are the mother of their children, I think that's all that you need to know. I want women to really stop feeling like they have to go above and beyond just to make a motherfucker feel your pain. Man, male or female, narcissists know exactly what they're doing. They know how angry you are. They know, they like that shit though. They get a kick out of it. They genuinely get a kick out of you feeling bad, or you being hurt, or you being so torn on the inside from them ripping you down. A lot of people that are narcissists, and when they do these things to you, it's a lot of out of jealousy. Okay, it's a lot of out of spite for you. You know what I'm saying? When I really realized that my baby daddy, and I used to tell him that too. I'm hearing the word threaten, right? So for whatever reason, but I remember I told him this too. Like, I think you're intimidated by me. I think you are low key so threatened by my energy. Yeah. So it fits, because somebody that sees you as a threat, they'll do anything to take you down, you know. And a lot of men are our worst enemies. We got to be real with ourselves. A lot of men out here are women's worst enemies. Some of y'all are legit sleeping with the enemy. Like, you're sleeping with the person that would they don't want to see you win for real. These motherfuckers don't be wanting to see you be great, honestly, you know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of sabotage going on his behalf. There's a lot of different things happening that, you know, just made me really realize, like, this person not only could care less about me, but it's no way that you could care about these children and let them see how you treat me. It's just no way. It's impossible, you know. So I say all of this to say, and I hope that this reaches who it needs to reach, and it gives what it needs to give, because always go to the root of the source of your trauma. And it always starts at home. So look at your relationship with your father. Look at your relationship if you are going through any sort of abuse, or you feel like you stuck, or you bind it to a person and you feel like you can't go. Number one, I'll tell you this: don't say shit to that person. Women, we always feel like we got to prove a point. That's our feeling. Stop worrying about how you feel. Think with your brain for a minute. Because as sensitive as I am and as emotional as I am, I'm a very logical, analytical person. I will analyze and trip off every little detail before I finally make a decision. And when I finally do make that decision, just know I thought about it first. So I don't have regrets, right? Women, I want y'all to stop for real. Stop trying to get back at people. Stop trying to prove a point to a man. Stop trying to trust me. Men know what they're doing. Men are predators by nature. Their job is to hunt. Their job is to prey. That's what they do, right? And it's not personal. Women, we like to, that's why we don't really want to understand men. We want them to be what we want them to be for us, which is low-key narcissism as well, but we don't really pay attention to them. We don't really want to understand, and overstand them. Because when you do, you realize that a man, if a man cares, it'll show. If he loves you, it'll show. If he respects you, it's going to show. So stop trying to get back. Stop trying to do the most when it comes to these guys. You have to really understand that when a person show you who they are, you have to believe it. You have to trust in that and know that it's never going to change. And the more that you keep trying to, especially when that guy didn't have a good mother figure, father figure, stop trying to put yourself in a position where you're trying to be that for them. Because the same way that they resent the person, the mother, the father that didn't give it to them, you trying to give it to them, it's not going to help. Men only understand consequences. They don't understand people trying to coddle them and baby them and rub their feet and suck their dick all day. Men understand somebody putting their foot down. They'll never respect you if you keep trying to make it work. Niggas really be looking at us like, why the fuck is she still here? You know how many times my baby daddy used to say this to me? Oh, Khadijah, like, you deserve so much better than me. Why do you stay? And I can only imagine my stupid ass was mine. I can only imagine what my dumb ass was named. I can only imagine. Like, why are you still here? Like, the shit that I be doing, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve that, but you keep trying to, and that shit probably just made it more interesting for him. They really think it's fun to try to get over on me now. Because I'm like a dummy sitting up here thinking, oh, you know, I care about you, you know, even though I don't fuck with you like that, my nigga. You lucky you got these motherfuckers, you feel me? And that's a whole nother story time, okay? But it's like, I'm trying to make it work. I don't want to say fuck you like I did the other two baby daddies and this, that. Man, fuck all of that, okay? When a man tells you that you deserve better, he's basically telling you, bitch, you better go. Like, he's basically telling you to run. He's letting you know, like, Ma, I'm not gonna get no better. Why are you still here? Like, you need to get the fuck on. So yeah, it's not about you trying to convince him that this no. Or you trying to get back. When he cheat on me, I'm gonna cheat on him back. You bitches really be playing with y'all lives. And yeah, I'm gonna take it there today. You bitches really be playing with y'all lives. Y'all be playing with y'all kids. A lot of y'all really don't give a fuck about y'all kids. The shit that y'all be doing and how y'all be playing games with these grown ass men, like they won't blow your motherfucking shit off. And your kids, God forbid. Like, do y'all pay attention to what's going on? These motherfuckers ain't got no... Males are literally, they all hang on by thin strings, okay? This is why they have to dominate and control the way that they do. Because leave it up to women. If women were really in control, they'd be fending for themselves and they know it. Women want to coddle men. We want to take them on and try to raise them as our sons. Stop. Especially if that man didn't have that growing up. Fucking stop. What are you doing? Stop it. Just cut it the fuck out. You know, it's really a dangerous game that a lot of women play when, you know, when we do those things, you know. So like I said, number one, don't ever tell a man, especially a narcissist, that you leaving. Or if he's abusive. I don't give a fuck. Verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, if he's abusive in any shape, way, form, or fashion, don't you say nothing. You let that motherfucker figure it out. Don't say nothing. You ain't got nothing else to prove. You know, a lot of us women, we still got shit to prove. We still got something to say. We just gotta do something. No. Go. Because if a guy figure out that you really trying to leave him and you've been putting up with all this, you've been putting up with it this long, them type of niggas will kill you. They will. They don't give a fuck because they feel like in some way, shape, form, or fashion you belong to them. You cannot, look, as a woman, you just cannot play silly games. You know? Hold on, y'all. But yeah, you cannot play silly games like that. Oh, I'm going to cheat back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's a reason why they say men rule the world, because even though they don't, patriarchy has done something really sick. The Bible, Christianity, religion in general has done a number on especially black men's minds. There's no way that a black man with as much pullback as y'all get from every system, not just in America. You know, y'all are literally at the bottom of the totem pole. But for some reason, the only time you guys feel empowered is when it comes to with a woman. And that's completely backwards. You have no real power. You have no real rank. Okay? Genetically, yes, and all of that shit. But black men ain't holding shit down enough to even think y'all got that power like that. To do the shit that y'all do, to run over women the way that you run over them, this, that, and the third. You know, it has to be some sort of... It's just got to be some sort of balance. And women, we are the balance. When we good, everybody's good. Have you noticed that? When we're strong, everybody's strong. Women are the key. Malcolm X said it. A nation can rise no higher than its woman. So if the women, I'm getting the chills. If women are low, if women are just they asses and they titties and how good they can fuck and suck and how many men you can steal from a woman and all that, we ain't never gonna get nowhere. Everything is gonna continuously be a sabotage for us all. You know, it's just like a parent. If the parent ain't shit, the child. You know what I'm saying? Women, we hold that much power, and we've been taught to really disown our power. We've been taught to really go against each other just to raise these males up to make them feel more superior than they really are. You know, this is really deep. I can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But for the sake of time, it's already 42 minutes I've been talking. It's like we have to remember who we are it's a reason why it's called Mother Earth. It ain't called Male Earth. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, this is deeper than just... This is deeper than that. You know, women are the key. So if the women are up here playing these stupid mind games and trying to do what men do and trying to all this, nah. We gonna forever be losing. Forever be losing. Forever. We gonna forever be losing. A nation cannot rise no higher than its woman. We are the key. We will always be the key. Why do you think there's so many males that want to be women? Everybody know the power of women but women. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in an abusive relationship, let me say this. Stop listening to people that, first of all, get away from anybody that ain't telling you to get the fuck on. Don't be around no enablers right now. This the list, and I know it's hard because some of y'all best friends, your girlfriends, your homies, your homegirls, that one cousin, that one auntie, even y'all own mamas ain't gonna tell y'all the real like I will, I promise you. If they enabling you and they keep telling you to just call the cops and just do this, call the cops, cool, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be willing to fight. And I'm not talking physically. You have to be willing to, first of all, know your worth. You have to be willing to know that you deserve more, first and foremost, right? But you have to be willing to put your big girl panties on and make a plan, right? So if you, look, I'll tell you this. If you do have family members, if you do have people that really got your back, right? If you got a car, that's all you have you a car. If you got a nice little job on the side, that's cool. Go to a shelter. Go to abusive shelters. Do what you got to do. I don't know, shit. Even if you got to sleep in your car, if you don't want to sleep in shelters, y'all be surprised. I've only had to stay in shelters a few times and maybe for like a few weeks at the most. Nah, I think the second time was the first time was like a few months, but I was at a pregnancy shelter. Very nice shelter. Very nice. Had my car, had me a job, all of that shit. Um, when you're motivated and when you determined to really have, I could tell y'all the most and how to do shit and how to blah blah blah, but it's really all about your mindset. You have to want better for yourself. You have to want better for yourself. You gotta want better for yourself first and foremost, and you gotta want the best for yourself in regards to your children. You gotta want the best for them too. Like I said, if you have children, you just have to know your worth. You got to know. Because even when I wasn't completely as not self-aware, but as loving on myself, as self-loving as I am, and all of that shit now, I still knew that I deserved better. I didn't deserve to go through, especially from no motherfucker like that. Like, come on, man. And then I just think a certain way too, so that's a whole nother topic as well. But you have to want better. You have to want better. You have to know better. You have to do better. You can't look at yourself as the victim. Number two, stop looking at yourself as a victim. We have a lot of us women, we forget that we are the key. So if we are allowing certain things to happen, it's just going to continue. You are not a victim. If you are continuously putting yourself in certain situations where you know you shouldn't be in, your children shouldn't be in, whatever the case may be, if you know this, you have to do something about it. You are, especially if you keep going back to a person that's shown you many times, it's not them, it's you. And I feel like that's something that a lot of black women don't want to hear. Women in general, we don't want to hear that we can be the problem sometimes. We want to keep trying to fix on men and have this fairy tale ideal of a man in our minds. We feel like we can fix him up. We feel like we can do this, we can do that. Absolutely not. You are literally digging yourself a grave, literally. And I'm getting chills talking about this shit. You are not a victim, okay? You're not a victim. And I say this to unvictimize your mindset, right? A lot of women want to be victims. I was just looking at a video yesterday, and this guy was talking about how he a sugar daddy, some white dude. I'm a sugar daddy, come over here and blah, 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 blah. He taking these bitches to his house on the first date because these bitches is this thirsty for some money, a quick fuck, and some bread. Whole time they out here getting strangled out while they fucking this dude. You feel me? Like women in the newscaster, like, oh, the victims this, the victims that. These are not victims. These are women who willingly put themselves into harm's way and they got a consequence because of it. The first way to break yourself free from any sort of mindset is to unvictimize yourself. I promise you. You have to hold yourself accountable and responsible for the people you let into your life, for the people you let into your womb. You have to be responsible and accountable for all of that shit. Stop looking at yourself as a victim. You're not that. You're stronger than that. Okay? I will never be anybody's victim. Nobody can ever make me anybody's victim. Okay? I'm too strong. I'm too resilient for shit like that. And so are y'all. If you've ever been through some shit like this or going through some shit like this, then you know what I'm talking about. You have to, or if you're currently going through this is just words because I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be accountable for you first. I don't give a fuck how heartbroken you are, how sad you are, how blah, 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 blah. You only this sad, you only this hurt, you only this confused, you only this victimized because you have a victim mindset. You want people to look at you as if you're not responsible or at fault at all for getting yourself or putting yourself in a position to be constantly physically harmed, to constantly be verbally abused, to constantly be let down and disrespected by somebody who you've never disrespected, by somebody who you've done nothing but good things for. That's even more reason to unvictimize yourself. Really shift your perspective. Look at the situation, how it is, for what it is, and move accordingly. It's really that simple. And I hate to sound like that, like, oh, it's just, just do, but it is. It's all a mindset. It sounds cliche, but it's all a mindset. Everything is a mindset. When you really set your mind to be stronger than your feelings, Trust me, okay? When you really set your mind to be stronger than your feelings, you can do so much with that. You can do, you ever heard the elders tell us, or the OGs, they tell us, look, a fight, you can win a physical fight. That's cool and all. But you can win all the fights you need with this up here. And I used to hear that shit growing up, like, whatever. We hear shit like that because it does. It sounds so mundane, but when you really adult, right? When you really grow up and your mind is just that, you look at shit differently. It's like, if my mind is strong, I can win anything. I can get myself out of any situation. And it really is that simple. The power of the mind is extremely, extremely, extremely slept on. Okay? It's extremely slept on. So, again, I say all this to say that always go to the root first. If you're dealing with any sort of trauma or abuse from a guy, always go to the root. Figure out your traumas, your daddy, your mama issues. It could also go to mommy issues, you know what I'm saying? Just because you have trouble with men, your mama could have been neglectful. She could have been a pick-me-ass broad, you know what I'm saying? Having you around a bunch of men and shit all day. Whatever the case may be, and you just floating, you just out here doing whatever, and you choosing the wrong guys, and you falling for people that you want to see certain things in, because again, that was my issue. I wanted to see certain things in certain people. I'm thinking that, just thinking like a bozo, really, and not putting my big girl draws on. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to really see a person for who they are, and you see that they don't give a fuck about you, you see how they disrespect you, you see this, you see that, you really start to question yourself. You gotta look in the mirror like, damn, why do I keep attracting these type of fools? Why do I keep acknowledging these type of males? Why do I got some good guys on my team, but I'm giving up my womb to niggas that will put their hands on me? Something's wrong there. Something's wrong there. And I had to really evaluate myself and see that, yeah, these niggas, they shouldn't be putting their hands on me, but I'm the real issue. I'm the issue. Like, it's me. I'm the woman. I have the power. I'm the real leader. I'm the real provider. I'm the real nurturer. I'm life itself. Divine femininity is a life in itself. Me just merely being a woman is a life. I give life. I can take that shit as well. So what the fuck do I look like putting up with some shit like that and still be expected to be treated like, because whether you believe it or not, men know our worth. That's why they always want to numb it down. Men know our worth. That's why they have so many high expectations for us as well. Now, that's not to say that you still can't be yourself. You still can't do you and be who you are. But men, in their minds, they hold us to a certain standard. And this ain't no pick-me shit. This is just real shit. This is just how I see it. Men know women's value. This is why they always, when women don't do certain things or act a certain way, they like, ugh. It's like, ugh. And it's like, nigga, fuck you. But it's like, I get it at the same time, because women are the key. We are the everything. Men know it. We don't. And this is why they feel like they can play the games they play. This is why they feel like they can do certain shit and get away with it. You ain't never gonna leave. All that shit. We done all seen it, because women, we think that all we have to be is a nice face, a good fuck, a good suck, a good ass, a good time. If you are noticing in the world when it comes to women we not being ladies no more. I was watching a 20 versus 1 the other day, and this bitch talking about something, I ain't no lady. She said she was popping shit. She said, I ain't no lady. She said, I ain't no lady. Like she was proud to say it. And she thinking she doing her big one to this little woody ass nigga. She thinks she doing her big one. She think that's what he like. He looking at her like, bitch, left? What you mean you ain't no lady? Like, y'all think, look, this music gonna get y'all fucked up. These rusty, dusty ass niggas that y'all swear been down or hitting on something, ain't hitting on shit, they gonna get y'all fucked up. It ain't nothing cute about not being ladylike. Okay, there's nothing cute about that. That will never. It's the music. They making y'all think. Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, all these bitches making y'all think that it's okay to just be a good fuck, a good hit and quit. Get pregnant by a nigga. He don't want the baby, so go get an abortion. They are fucking y'all minds up. They are fucking y'all minds up. But we have to be smarter. We have to be stronger individually and collectively. You know what I'm saying? To think outside the box like, hey, look, I know that this is probably the wave right now, but do you really feel right as a woman with morals and integrity and dignity to be out here talking about some, fuck it, I'll just get pregnant by a motherfucker, and if he don't want it, if I don't want it, I'm going to just go abort it. Or, I can't keep a man, so let me deal with everybody else, man. It's all type of shit. Like, it's just... Pay attention to the music, okay? Stop letting these people fuck y'all heads up. As women, you are the key. You are the power. You are the gift. You are the momentum. You are the blueprint. You are everything. You are everything. As women, we are everything. It's just no denying it. It's no arguments about it. This is why men know that women on average don't know their worth. So this is why they can say the most mundane shit to you and your feelings hurt. You automatically feel like your ego bruised. You feel like, damn, why would he say that to me? Why? I'm all right. Because men know that if they can knock you down a little bit, a lot of women know and really feel like they need male validation. So let me just knock her off her pedestal real quick. She gonna want to get validation through me at some point. Watch, she gonna end up throwing the drawers at me. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. This is how men think, you know. So let me devalue. Let me knock her off her high horse a little bit, and let me humble her a little bit. But when you really know your worth as a woman, ain't no man humbling you. That's just not. It's a man not on God. A man not even coming at you like that. I promise you. A man not even coming at you on some shit like that. Talking about some, I'm gonna humble her. You can't even fuck with me like that, sir. And I wish you would even think that you about to kind of sort of disrespect me on any level. Telling me anything about anything. It's just not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You have to know your value as a woman. Men can sniff that shit out. If a man can sniff out the fact that you desperate, he can for sure sniff out the fact that you ain't finna play that shit and you are not the one. Okay? So, know your worth, women. Know your worth, know your value. Love yourself, trust yourself, know yourself, show yourself. You know, believe in yourself. You ain't nobody's victim. You're stronger than that. You're 10 times stronger than that. Ain't no such thing as a victim, especially being a black woman. All this hell and shit that we done been through. We done had babies cut out of our stomach, thrown to the gators, stumped on. We done been beside these Negroes for I don't know how many fucking centuries while they was getting their backs blown out and their butts caved in and all this other extra shit. We deserve a little bit more respect, don't you think? We deserve, and we gonna get that respect. But you have to be what you desire to be. All right? You have to be what you desire to be. If you want that respect from a guy, if you still want to deal with me and y'all, I'm going to have some fun with this motivational shit. Because I got some shit to say. I got some shit to talk about. All right? But if you really want to be with men and all of that, know them. Understand them. Overstand them. Know yourself first. Then learn them. Pay attention to them. Learn how they move. Look up their biology. Right? See how the woman and the masculine is so different biologically. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. Damn, this is so they act like this, then we act like this, and then da 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 da. Like, it's all science. It's all science when you think about it. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I just wanted to come through and let this be my first little video on how to get yourself about some fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your mind. If you got a strong mind, if you know that you deserve more and you know that you deserve better, it's nothing to it but to do it. Do not go announcing. Stop trying to play get back and be smart like Negroes and or males, whatever. Y'all know how to talk. But don't try to beat no man at their own game. You know, y'all, we love to talk that divine femininity, but then we like to stoop to masculine energy, stoop to masculine levels, trying to get back at a man or trying to prove something to a man. Look, you can hurt me, I can hurt you too. You playing with your life. You playing with your life. You are outnumbered and outdone when it comes to men on a whole lot of different things. So, the weight size, the weight class, you ain't out finna get physical with no man. You can't play these type of games, because when it's too late, it's too late. A lot of men are crashing out nowadays over women because they can't get their way. It's just a lot of shit right now. Just don't sacrifice yourself for the sake of some guy. You have to be able to put you first no matter what. So I love y'all. Stay strong minded. You ain't no victim. We ain't never been no victim. Remember who the fuck you are, woman. Black woman, remember who you are. All women, remember who the fuck you are. Peace.